Hey, welcome Atlanta fans, Atlanta sports fans. Hey, this is the 404 Blitz package. I'm your host, Yosarian. I'm out here in El Paso, so I'm working from abroad, hanging out with my grandbabies for a birthday. But we still gonna go ahead and jump on and have a little fun with y'all. I got Mathis and Daryl, and we're gonna bring this all-out blitz on the latest topics. Of course, Kirk Cousins on the quarterback series, and talk a little bit about Kyle Pitts and how the NFL.com feels that we should root for him this year. He should be one to root for. I see Mathis has a Braves hat on, so he might say something about Ozzie Albies hitting another home run, even though we lost yesterday. But
Doesn't matter.
It's on, baby. Hey, I need 20. I need 20. Also, we might talk a little bit about the Atlanta Hawks summer league game today. They won 105-98. We'll talk a little bit about Kobe Buffkin. Yeah. Anyway, I know. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's crazy is, look, Daryl, I think I was at work, and I watch a lot of the Braves games at work, and I saw the home run. And as soon as he hit the home run, it was a minute and 27 seconds later, my phone had a message that said, there go Ozzie Albies 7. I said he was going to hit 7. So, for me, I'm on target. I don't know what he's going to do for the rest of the year. I hope he get to 20. If he get to 20, we're going to make the playoffs. But he's swinging a bat that's heavier than he is, man. So, I don't know. He couldn't wait to text me that.
Hey, man, it was on. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? This is MFJ here. You can find me on Instagram and X at M_F_J21. We appreciate y'all.
That's right.
Well, what's happening, Atlanta fans? It's Daryl, aka Black Jedi. That's BLAKK Jedi. Follow me on Twix and Instagram at that name. Hey, I have an opinion, and if y'all disagree with me, you're wrong. I'm letting you know up front.
I disagree.
You're wrong. If ketchup does not go in the refrigerator after you open it, you do not put ketchup in the refrigerator. Ketchup goes in your cabinet or your pantry. If you refrigerate your ketchup, you're a borderline psychopath.
Yeah, I like warm ketchup.
Mine in the refrigerator, and I'm pretty sure 95% of the people around the country put their ketchup in the refrigerator.
Who wants to eat cold ketchup on hot food?
Man, that junk don't matter. I don't even really eat ketchup no more. No way. I don't eat it on my hot dogs. I don't eat with my French fries.
Not on your hot dog. But you got to eat it with French fries. You got to eat it with French fries.
You ain't got to. You can do ranch, honey mustard. People do a whole bunch of different stuff. Peanut butter, this, that, the third. I've seen it. So ice cream
goes in the pantry. Ketchup in the pantry.
I believe in the pantry because when you go to McDonald's or you go anywhere, you're not going to get any cold ketchup.
It ain't open. The stuff at McDonald's ain't open. It ain't open.
Go eat at Chili's. And that ketchup is sitting on the table.
Well, I don't go to Chili's. I don't trust Chili's. If you would have said go to Applebee's.
How you trust Applebee's? Applebee's is horrible.
I trust Applebee's happy hour.
And
that's why I trust Applebee's.
It's still warm ketchup.
It's warm ketchup. Ketchup on the table, room temperature.
What's going on, wide body? What's going on, bro? He said he don't even like ketchup. It can stay at the store. Yeah, hot sauce. There you go. Hot sauce. Hey, look, since you brought up hot sauce, so for my birthday, I went to Gatlinburg and hung out at Pigeon Forge a little bit. I went to the Pepper Palace, that little hot sauce place. The Pepper Palace, they have some extremely hot sauces, extremely good stuff. So I tasted some of the hottest hot sauces. Not the hottest one. The one I had to sign the waiver, I didn't taste that one. But all the rest of them I did, I handled. So I think I do hot sauce pretty good. But the Pepper Palace has a chocolate habanero hot sauce.
Mm.
Wonderful flavor. It's a perfect blend. You got the vinegar, you got a little salt, you got man, the heat, the habanero, that chocolate habanero heat, it is perfect. It's not too hot. It's in that medium range, but you're gonna need some water, but you won't need milk. Let me put it like that. So, a chocolate habanero at Pepper Palace. Y'all check that out whenever you
I'm
do.
a. You ever had the Tabasco, the chocolate squares? The Tabasco made by Tabasco?
No,
Beautiful. That's why when you say habanero, I'm about to buy some right now. I'm about to
golly,
get some.
man, that's what's up.
That sounds terrible.
Hey, man, that stuff is good, man. Stuff is good.
You know why we like hot sauce though? We old, our taste buds dead. So you gotta get spicy food to
I
to
used
really wake up the taste bud.
I used to eat a lot of hot sauce, and I had an ex girlfriend who bought this ghost pepper extract, and it
Ooh.
came in a bottle that came in a plastic casing that she had to sign a waiver for because if you got it on your hands, it would burn you.
Hmm.
But I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and ate their hottest flavor,
I
trying to
had
get them
that.
for free,
Yeah, I
and
had that.
my stomach ain't want to do hot wings since. So I'm food. Like, I like to enjoy my food now.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a good hot one though, man. I mean, I handled it. I had to drink milk after that, had to squash milk around in my mouth like a boxer.
Uh,
All right, all right. Hey, man, what is going on with Kirk Cousins? Um, we see that he made some statements, made some comments on the Netflix series Quarterback, and some of the same comments that we've already read before, we've all heard before, but it went a little bit deeper. We'll talk about that deeper part. But off the top, high level, how do you feel about Kirk Cousins' comments or him even being a part of the team right now? High level.
uh, I think well, Kirk Cousins is older now and he's a professional. So regardless of what he has said, I don't think that is going to take away from what he will bring to the team. Even if he feels like, dang, I should have stayed where I was at. Well, you did. And to be honest with you, some of that may be on our end too, as far as him being here and not completely happy because we wasn't upfront about what we were planning to do. But I think, to be honest with you, his feelings could be set aside.
Hmm.
After this year, if we cut him and he want to go back, then hey, by all means, you made a hundred some $1 million. You got enough money to move again if you want to.
Hmm.
But you're professional, so I think he'll be okay.
All right, Daryl, what you think, man? High level.
I don't care. He ain't say nothing new. He ain't say nothing that we didn't talk about on this show all what since the season was over. He ain't. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why this is a story. He ain't said we knew he was hurt. He said he was hurt. We knew he didn't tell the trainers that he was hurt
Hmm.
because he didn't want Michael Penix to take his job. And anybody could tell you put all that money into an aging quarterback and then you draft his replacement, he gonna feel some type of way. So what's
Hmm.
new? Big
Hmm.
dog, you the highest paid backup in the history, maybe, of football. Go hold the clipboard, coach this kid up, and then if you want to go back to Minnesota, do your thing, do your thug thistle. I don't care. I really don't care.
Hmm. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Initially, I was thinking the same thing. Who cares? He's talked about that before. Everybody else has talked about it. All of the media, all of the doggone um, content creators, everybody that's covering the Falcons have talked about Kirk Cousins and their feelings. But I think it touched some feelings again, man, because, man, I see a lot of country creators saying he got to go.
Yeah.
I'm just the feelings are hurt right now. I'm maybe not hurt, but they just pissed a little bit more.
Why?
I
Why?
mean, he
He's
did
the
want to
best.
leave.
He's the best insurance we got.
Yeah.
He's the best insurance against an injury that if heaven forbid Michael Penix goes down, Kirk, because you got a guy that can step right in and sling that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Not every team has that. And I'm talking about slinging at a high caliber. Not every team has that. What other team got a better backup quarterback than we do?
We the only team that has that.
And this is looking more and more like when we were giving them all that grief on draft night, is looking more and more like they made the right decision. Because think about if we did not have Michael Penix right now. Think about the situation we would be in.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be rolling into the season praying that Kirk was healthy, praying.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably would have said, "Hey, I'm hurt," last year because his backup would have been what? Taylor Heineke? No, not even. Logan
Yeah.
Woodside would have
What's
been his
that?
backup.
Knowing he gonna get
No.
his spot back. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get a spot back over that. No, no. Hey, you get paid to do a job. Get out there, do your job. And if you don't want to be here next year, I understand. Ain't no hard feelings either. I ain't got no hard feelings.
I mean, but to be honest
Right.
with you, you better listen to your wife. You better stay home because you go anywhere, they're gonna be doing the same thing again. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you feel like somebody needs a quarterback, they are probably more than likely gonna draft another quarterback. So you still gonna be dealing with the same situation from here on out. You're
And they're
30,
likely gonna
about to
do
be
it. They're gonna
37.
say, "You're used to it.
Yeah.
You're used to it."
Everybody's
Yeah.
going to expect you to train or mentor somebody now. You know what I'm saying? You may start off with the starting position, but they didn't draft them, especially if it's a first round quarterback, to sit there for 2 years.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
win the Super Bowl or sit back. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's a few things that well, high level, I can't blame Kirk Cousins the way he feels. I don't blame him at all. High level.
I don't
So
need.
I still want him on my team. I want him on my team, and I probably would feel the same way. Now, I probably wouldn't say the same thing on the show, but you know what? It is TV. In order to get the ratings, you got to say, a few things to keep people watching. This is one thing I got from that write up. It's saying he said I heard somebody describing it as when you see somebody dating the person you used to date in high school or college. Cousin said you're like I used to throw to Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, and now someone else is enjoying doing that. That's interesting. So I think the statements he said during the show is really pissing a lot of Falcons fans off.
I mean, it is what it is, man. Yes, you were throwing to, as of right now, the best receiver in the game. Like Dale said, I don't care either. It don't make no difference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it ain't like he went to a team that didn't have a good receiver. We just haven't had a good quarterback to show that he was a good receiver. So,
Mm-hmm.
both of our quarterbacks last year showed that Drake London could be good. So got promise here, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, man. Go home.
What's up, Clay? What's up, Clay? See,
Just
I
had
want
to
him
play.
here. I want him
I
here.
mean, I want him here too, but you know what I'm saying? Look, he here this year. It is what it is. Now, after this year, you can go play for free if you want to go back to Minnesota that bad. But like, bro, just sit back and chill. On the bye week, go to that game if you want to go. Nobody care. It's what it is.
Yeah. So
We did make a mistake on our end and not being up front. I will say that. Other
that's
than that, I
right.
don't care.
Right, but no, I'm on the Falcons side on this. You on the wrong side of the wrong number coming off of the wrong injury. And you getting paid the right amount of money to shut up and play football. That's it. That's why I like Kirk Cousins personally, right? I think he comes off as a real good dude. But in this situation, this business,
Hmm.
right? What that dude in Purple Rain say to Prince when they talk about the club? This is a business, right? Hey, you ain't no friends in business. So pick up the clipboard, big dog. Be ready. Have your cleats strapped tight because if Michael Penix go down, you got to go in there and throw a touchdown.
Yeah, that's true. And I like what Clay is saying right here. He's saying, he understands both sides. The Falcons have a business to run. Yeah, they do. But Kurt, he wasn't given the information. It'd have been easier and better for him to make, decisions off of information. So how would you respond? Let me put it like that. How would y'all respond if that had happened to you? What would come out of your mouth, Daryl Mathis, on quarterbacks and the cameras in your face? What would have come out of your mouth? They're telling you you are it. You're going to get that 4-year deal that Minnesota wasn't willing to do. Of course, Minnesota, they were looking to have him on as year by year, as they groom another quarterback, a rookie. But they let him know that up front. Daryl, the camera is in your face. What do you tell the camera?
Depends. Am I trying to get traded? I'm gonna say exactly what Kirk Cousins said.
Mm.
If I'm trying to get moved, right? If I want out the situation, but me being me, I'm retired United States Marine. Hey, I've done way worse for way less. So I, hey, tell me, hey, coach, what you want me to do, right? Because when I step onto the field, I give it my all, and I know I'm old, and maybe that's the thing about this, right? You don't go into old age gracefully. I know I'm old. I can't be surprised if they draft one, especially since the place I was so beloved at in Minnesota was trying to put me in the same position. It ain't no other what other quarterbacks out there that's getting what he wants. Uh,
Aaron Rodgers.
uh Aaron Rodgers.
That's it.
That's it. And Aaron Rodgers is a Super Bowl winning. They're not the same caliber, right? Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He can do that. Kirk Cousins, you're not that guy. You can't do that. You muted.
Uh-oh.
You muted.
Uh-oh. We lost we lost.
Anyway, I had
Oh,
to
okay.
I had to mute it because
We
my
heard the baby. I heard the baby.
grandbaby back there. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to
Nah, you good.
Hey,
pop
it's
at
good.
work,
It's
man.
good.
But Clay was saying that if I got to pack up and move cities, uprooting my whole family and all that stuff, my whole life, I want all of the information so I can make the right decision. And that's just good business, man. I don't feel like the Falcons handled that correctly. I really don't. And I know it's a billionaire game, and we love the NFL and we love the Falcons. We're down. I think we were as shocked as Kirk Cousins was when that happened, when that pick came out. So imagine if I'm at work and I'm like, what? Oh my God, no. Everybody in there said no. If I'm feeling that way, and I think that's a bad move, how does Kirk Cousins feel? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mathis,
So,
Mathis.
let me ask you this. You Kirk Cousins, right? You just signed for $180 million. If they draft me coming into this season as a rookie, I'm trying to do everything to put you out as a competitor. You as a competitor, you need to be trying to make sure your job's safe. So regardless, now on the playing side of it, just shut up and go produce, produce. Injuries happen. Like now, if he would have been a little bit more upfront with all this, that, and the third, he probably would have got his spot back. Like a spot start in who did we play after the Saints game? After he got hurt, was that the Chargers game?
The Chargers,
No,
one of the Chargers.
Denver. Was it Denver? Denver
I check.
when he stunk it up in Denver.
Right,
I
but
just know it was a loss.
yeah, but both of those defenses are very good. So Michael Penix having that one start against either one of those defenses probably wouldn't have put him back on the field the next week if he would have set out a week. It probably wouldn't have.
Mhm.
I don't think Michael Penix would have done any better than if we would have played Denver that following week than what Kirk Cousins did, because that defense was tough.
Mhm.
So, like, I mean, just stop whining, bro. Ain't none of us here millionaires. None of the folks that comment millionaires. So for somebody to get $180 million and something like this happens, either shut up and sit on the sideline or shut up and make sure that nobody take your position. It is what it is.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that, and you know what? Okay, so another thing that he read, he commented on was about a book that he read by Drew Brees. Drew Brees wrote a book, and in the book it said that what a starting quarterback wants to do, the main thing he wants to do is make sure that the backup never sees the field. You got to make sure that the backup never sees the field. So, with that being said, it's just crazy, man, to be promised 4 years. Guys at that age don't want to work, year to year, whatever, trying to solidify things, settle things down, move your family one last time, and ride it out into the sunset. Yeah, you're getting paid a lot of money. Everybody else getting paid a lot of money. But to be promised something, just like Clay is saying right now, promise something, and you do everything you're supposed to do to move and get prepared to play for your team, and they do that.
So wait a minute. What was he promised?
He was
Did his agent ask him? Does his agent say, "Hey, y'all not gonna draft nobody behind him, right?"
You know what? They probably asked that. Probably asked something like that, because you don't want to think about it. He said in that statement, in that article as well, that in Minnesota made it clear that they were going the younger route. So they were going to draft a young quarterback to be groomed, and he would have had some part in grooming that young quarterback. They were upfront, but the thing that they were not willing to do was say, yes, we agree on having a long-term contract or giving 3 or 4 years. They wanted it year to year, man. And then the Falcons say, yeah, we'll give you 180 for 4. But
Did he ask?
I guarantee. Well, I'm just gonna assume that conversation was had. I'm gonna assume that.
I'm assuming the other way, because if that conversation had happened, Kirk would be like, "Y'all told me," or his agent at least would be out there saying, "We were told they were not going to draft somebody else." That's why he's like, "Well, I'm just surprised as y'all are." Right. And he doesn't say when he says that, he's like, "I was surprised too." He didn't say, "I was surprised because they told me that's not what they was going to do." I don't think that they promised him that. But what you said, I think has merit in the sense that Minnesota said, "Hey, we're going to draft your replacement. We putting
Right.
you on a year-to-year deal." Atlanta says, "Oh, you want a multi-year deal? We'll give you that." So he thinks to himself, "There's no way they're
Yeah,
going to draft my replacement."
for that much money.
But
Yeah,
Surprise.
is that not as good as a promise?
no.
Nah.
If they don't tell you, okay, so if they're hiding it, just like Clay said, they're being dishonest. They didn't even say it. He had no idea that they were going to go that route
I don't think
at
the Falcons
all.
knew they were going to go that route.
The Falcons knew. You
I,
know the
I
Falcons
don't.
knew.
The same way I don't think they knew who. Even when we were the only team that took it down to the last 30 seconds of the draft, and I know they was probably trying to see what they could do for trades, but obvious pick wise, like it wouldn't have took that long. So I think it's still stuff that goes on, too much stuff that goes on in the war room for us So it probably was a last minute thing, man. And that because you don't know what they're gonna do if Michael Penix would have got picked before then.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
right.
think they knew. I think they knew.
Oh,
I think
They want.
this
I
was a
believe they
plan.
wanted it.
Yeah, I
I
think this is a
mean,
plan. They wanted Michael Penix, and they knew that if they
they did.
seemed desperate enough for a quarterback, Penix wasn't going to be there, or they was going to have to dance with a team above them to try to jump up. And now, when you're doing that, you're not guaranteed because who knows what Denver's going to give up to get Penix? Because I still maintain to this day, Denver wanted Penix, not Bo Nix. So
Oh, of course.
it was a whole lot going on there. I think they knew. They said, "Hey, we're going this." I think this was a coordinated thing. We're gonna get this quarterback on his last years. We're gonna pay him a lot of money because we got to get him here. He can get us 2 years. If he gets us 2 years, we're good, and we got his replacement. Because who the heck was they gonna draft this year? What quarterback was they gonna get?
Shador would have been here.
Now, they did a great job.
Do you really want that?
The Falcons did a great job by drafting Michael Penix. I just wish they wouldn't have done it the way that they did it. You don't pay. I just can't get over the money. And Wallace done told me many times, stop worrying about the money. It ain't my money. Right? But it's just hard to fathom that because you never see that. And then to draft a first round pick, now a quarterback in the first round, number 8. Now I could have understand third round. Yeah, okay, yeah, bet. That's not that pressure on Kirk Cousins to be worried about somebody looking over his shoulder. Everybody wants Penix to play and all this good stuff. But you draft the guy first round. Hey man, I'm just saying. You gave him a lot of money. Gave him a lot of money
Now
to play for
that's
4
why
years.
that's why it wouldn't have bothered me because if he would give me that much money, I know I'm gonna be on the field. Like, but I need to do what I got to do to stay there because yes, the whole city does want this quarterback to play. So, but as a competitor, do what you got to do. What
For
you
real.
worried about?
If he
In the
wasn't
first 9 games, who was saying put Penix in?
Nobody.
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 But
Nobody.
where he messed up was he allowed himself to go through what Daryl calls quicksand because he didn't want to come off the field for one game. If he would have let Penix play in Denver and got killed, whatever, or threw a couple interceptions, they would have set up there and said, "Man, he's not ready." As soon as such a Kirk is ready after this week, we were going back to him, and that would have been enough for everybody. Even the fans would have been like, "Man, Penix is not ready."
Mhm.
But you allowed yourself to throw 20 interceptions in 4 games, whatever the number was, because you threw a lot in a couple of them. You did that, so you blew it. You lost everybody.
He was injured. So let's look at this again. I want to go back to what Clay was just saying. He said, but I don't even know who was being dishonest. The Falcons were the ones that removed him from the injury report, injury list after he showed up that Monday. But then we see Josh. What's up, Josh? Josh comes in and say, hey, Clay Melton, none of that matters because he did start and he was just hurt. So
He should have set out at least 1 week.
I believe so. Yep. I believe he knew he was hurt, but he couldn't. Like you said, he couldn't. He would lose his job.
Yeah, and I get that. Like you trying to go out there and put yourself on the line to make sure that you don't lose your starting spot. Cool, but you doing that and continuing to do it messed you up. It messed you up.
That sounds good on from a business point of view. That sounds good from a team, organization point of view. That sounds great. Yeah. But what about him?
He missed. He should have sat down. Like
just the fact that he got to worry about his job. Off the rip.
He
Didn't have
didn't.
to worry.
He was
He
straight.
did not have to worry.
It was. They said they only played Michael Penix for a series because they didn't want the competition. They didn't want it in the preseason. It was
Why
Kirk's job.
why did Kirk make sure that he kept trying to play? He kept going out there instead of going
I,
ahead and getting that worked on, getting that shoulder worked on, the elbow, whatever it was.
I understand. Yes, he blew it himself. It was, for the first 9 weeks. It was never a controversy as far as whose team it was. It was Kirk's team. It was Kirk's team.
You
He
signed
beat
Walking your trap, take
he
over
beat
your
Tampa
trap
twice.
team.
He beat Tampa twice. He
Yeah.
was
right,
in
right.
first place in the
What
division.
what I'm
We said there was no way we weren't gonna make the playoffs. That was his team. That was his team. He gets hurt. I think he's in a bad position because if he goes to them and says, "Hey, I'm hurt. I need to sit down." Well, what competitor does that, right? So I see that. But hey, I'm hurt. I'm compromised right now. I need time to heal up. Okay, that's a bad position to be in, but that's the position you're in. So at least do what's right for your teammates because your teammates are out there playing hurt as well, right? Do what's right for your teammates and say, hey, I don't think I can make these throws right now. I got to get better. And then if Michael Penix comes out there and lights it up, a la uh uh when what's that quarterback's name, number 12 up in New England? Yeah, that dude, when he took over for Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Yeah. So
so
all right, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
right, 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 right. But okay, so now do you think I'm glad you brought that up. Do you think Bledsoe was worried initially? He wasn't making a whole lot of money either. But do you think
seventh round pick was sitting behind
right, right. So that's the point I'm making. Just the simple fact that okay, I can't take a playoff. I can't take one playoff because I know they drafted this guy 8th in the draft, and they want him to. If I go down, I'll never see the field again.
Okay. Let's say he goes because they had the bye week, right? Then they go into the bye week. I got post schedule up.
I'm pulling it. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So they
he got
they
hurt.
lost to New Orleans. He got hurt in the New Orleans game, and then they went to Denver and got smacked. If he
Right.
would have set out that Denver game, it was a bye the next week. He could have came back for the Chargers game and been a little bit better.
He'd have never played
telling me-
again, and we know he'd have never played again.
No,
Come on, man. We done said that. We've said.
Wait a minute.
If Michael,
I gotta find a video.
Michael Penix was not gonna have a good game out there in Denver. I'm sorry.
and not against Denver, not that defense.
No.
Even if he did, let's say Penix comes out and throws for 500 yards on the dot, and they win. You telling me that after the bye week, or we'd have had a quarterback controversy because Michael Penix is a black quarterback in Atlanta. Fans would have loved it, but the coaching staff, no, because Kirk Cousins got us to 6-3. Now we kind of have an idea what we have in the pipe, but Kirk Cousins got us to 6-3. He don't lose that job.
I ain't gonna lie.
He don't lose
Go out
that.
there throwing 500 yards and win the game out of Denver.
It's over.
It might be a team,
It's over.
but I'm not saying that. That defense they led the league in sacks when we were playing them. I don't know what they finished it, but they had dogs all over the defense, every level. Michael Penix was not going to go out there and beat them. He wasn't. So I feel like if he would have just said, hey, man, yeah, this is a lot. I'm hurt. Let Penix play. That's an L, regardless of what quarterback we had, because our defense couldn't stop nobody either. It didn't matter. So you go back the next week, it's another bye. That's a whole nother week to heal. And then some more days going into the next week. He would have been straight. He could have brought himself back for the remainder of the season if he would have just dropped everything and just sat out.
But there's a reason why he didn't do that.
You're right.
Because he know it was over. The only reason
he ain't got that killer in him.
Come on, man. The only man, the way he swag and serve, you know he got
But
killer
that
in
don't
him.
mean nothing.
No, but the only reason he even continued to play, the only reason the Falcons said we didn't know he was hurt is because of that money, honey. You know that. That's the reason why they kept running him up out there.
Right.
The money, man.
Man, look, if he would have broke his leg, the money was still gonna be to him regardless. Let him sit down for 2 weeks.
Wait,
That
yo, are
was
you
perfect. That was perfect timing for a buy, and you got to buy. Come on.
are you saying that if he went to the coach and said, "Hey, I'm hurt. I can't make these throws," that they'd have said, "No, we paying you too much money," and they'd have ran him out there?
Yes, absolutely.
You crazy.
That's
Absolutely.
insane.
And
That's
if they
it.
do that,
Listen.
fire Raheem right now. Fire
Listen.
him.
Hold on.
No.
Listen. That was if he would have said that before that Denver game, that it'd have been a problem. It took a few weeks for them to finally say, yeah, we got to go ahead and play the kid. Everybody else, you knew, I knew, Mathis, he knew that something was wrong with Kirk. The man, he can't throw a 10-yard out. He looked like Phil Negro trying to throw a fastball.
Then you know what? That's our
We
coach.
knew that.
That's a coach's fault, and maybe he shouldn't be here.
That money, honey. Somebody said, Kirk, you better take your happy butt on out there and make this happen. And
because
you know what?
Kirk would say that. Kirk would say, "I told them I was hurt. They made me play."
So check
That's
this
what he
out,
would
yo.
say. Because Kirk ain't
he's
taking
a
responsibility for
professional.
nothing.
Hey, he's a professional,
Is he?
Darryl, right? I'm asking you. That's what you always say. He's a professional.
But so look, I think what we're seeing is exactly what happened. That's what I think. I don't think that there's any type of shenanigans going on behind the scenes. I don't think that he told them he was hurt. What you're saying is true. The organization is looking at Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris and saying, we just dropped $150 million on this guy. They can't say, oh, we're going to pull him without there being something. If his shoulder's messed up, they could say, hey, he's hurt. He's injured. He has to recover. And what Mathis said is right. It's the perfect time. Let's roll the kid out there against a tough defense, see what he can do. Got a bye week after that. Then we go back to Kirk. So I don't think he told them he was hurt. And because of that money situation, Raheem had to keep rolling this guy out there. Like, is it your ankle? Is it your Achilles?
No.
Is it that you're getting old?
No.
And then finally, okay, we got to pull the trigger, bro. Four losses in a row.
Look what Denver did. How much money was Russell Wilson making? Man, that means Sean Payton got the biggest balls because he set that dude down regardless of the money he was making.
But Russ,
Sean
he didn't like him. He
Russell
wasn't hurt like that.
He didn't like him.
But it doesn't matter, liked or not liked. That doesn't matter. It's the money that we talking about, right? Because
Okay.
if it's the money, Russell would have never been able to sit down. So Sean Payton got big balls. So our coach is weak-minded too. So we got a weak-minded coach and a weak-minded quarterback.
Is it just the coach weak-minded, or is it that Master Jedi Stitch Elray? Listen. You knew. No. I'm trying to make it make sense. Mathis, did you know he was hurt? Did you know he knew?
Every Falcons fan in Atlanta that watched the game knew he was hurt.
We knew. Darryl, didn't you know early that he was? Don't you think a coach gonna know that? Don't you think a real NFL head coach like, hold on,
we didn't know his shoulder.
I knew it.
You were saying something's wrong with him, right? You were saying something's wrong.
When you can't make that throw, you can't make a 20-yard out, and it was getting jumped every time. Come on, man. Something, your arm, that shoulder, something. We saw it when he got hurt in New Orleans. We saw that. We saw, man, come on, man. They knew he was hurt. ROI goes a long way. Darren, you know all about ROI. ROI goes a lot. That means a whole lot.
Man, I would have set Michael Penix up for the okie doke if I was Kirk Cousins. You go get blasted 5, 6, 7 times by the one of the best defenses in the league. I would have set him up. And then the city of Atlanta would have seen that this dude wasn't ready, and I would have got my spot back.
I truly believe if they would have drafted, if they would have started Michael Penix, say Kirk Cousins never came, just assume they got him in the draft first round. If he would have started from the get go, I think the season would have been similar to the Washington Commanders. I think he would have been just as good as Jaden Daniels with that offense. With that offense, he'd have been
not with our defense.
Not with the defense, but I'm just saying the offense would have still been putting up 30 almost every game.
No.
Just because. All right.
No.
Okay.
And I say that because, for one, he's a rookie. That's a lot of pressure.
You see, Jaden Daniels is a rookie too.
With a good defense. Like, Michael Penix was going to have to go out there and be perfect. Every drive was going to have to be perfect.
If our offense was scoring 30 with Michael Penix, the same amount of wins that we got with Kirk Cousins, we would have got with Michael Penix, or even more. We would have beat Kansas City. We would have beat Pittsburgh. I'm just saying.
Michael Penix was not beating Pittsburgh. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No.
Okay. When did Jaden Daniels win this first game? How good was that offense off the beginning?
How good was his defense? It's a team game. How good was his defense?
How good was the Falcons' defense with Kirk Cousins? You see what I'm saying? So it would have been.
No.
We would have done better.
If they drive down the field every time, that means this dude got to go out there and be equally as impressive or better, because he can't mess up. You mess up, it's a wrap.
If Kirk was able to do it with his inability to move, the lack of mobility, they couldn't even do a play-action play because he couldn't move. You mean to tell me that if Michael Penix would have started those games, it's not like Kirk was doing nothing big. Kirk was still throwing across the middle, over the middle. He didn't throw any fades. He didn't work the outside of the field or the perimeter. No, he threw across the middle. I'm just saying, those games that we won, we lost and only scored 18 points. 18? We lost against Pittsburgh. 18 or what?
Yeah,
16, 18
to 10.
10. Come on, man. That'd have been, come on, whatever. We could go on and on about that. I'm just saying, I wish the coaches would have made better decisions. Raheem should have seen that the man couldn't throw. He couldn't hardly hand the ball off. I'm sorry. Yeah. Clay was still saying that the truth matters, and we get it. The truth from an organization, it does matter. You making a big decision. And Josh comes in and says, that's not the truth, though. They gave him the starting job. He just wasn't healthy. How is that the Falcons' fault? You pay him $180 million for 4 years. You agree to that. You expect for him to be healthy by the time the season starts.
He was,
right.
He was healthy enough to get us to 6-3.
Right. I get that.
He was healthy.
That's right, and that's why they paid him $180 million.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was 100%. He probably was 85, maybe 80, right? Because especially that Pittsburgh game, it was just horrible. But as he got into the rhythm, and are we forgetting he beat the world champs? He beat the Eagles. He beat them, right?
He did.
He marched them down the field.
Defense played pretty good too. But he did. But
he marched them down the field, and then he goes in and he beats Tampa, breaks the single game passing record.
Destroyed Tampa. Yeah.
beats Tampa again in Tampa, he was shaping up to be worth the contract.
Right.
He just got hurt.
He got
That's
hurt.
it. If he doesn't get hurt, we probably make the playoffs. And we're probably coming into this season saying they never should have drafted Michael Penix because we could have used a defensive player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we could draft Arch Manning next year, right? If whatever. Or we can get a quarterback next year. So, but he got hurt. It happens.
And still limped out there because he had to, or he was going to lose his job.
He wasn't going to lose his
job. Man, he said it. Daryl, we have all said it. We have all admitted it. I mean, we all said it, man. Yeah.
He
knew
he was scared he was going to lose his job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, he
absolutely.
was. Yes.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Was he going to lose his job?
Yes, he was.
He wasn't going to lose his job.
Yes, he was.
You don't bench your guy that got you to 6-3. 6-4 because but let's take it out the picture, right? He lost the Saints game because he was hurt. If he stops then and says, "Hey, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm injured. I got to take some time off." He does not lose his job if he can come back. Now, if he's out for 5 weeks or 6 weeks and Penix gets into his stride, then okay. But we're saying he could have come back after the bye week. Nah, man. Yeah, no. Isn't that the unspoken rule? You don't lose your job to injury?
Apparently not anymore.
Yeah,
that went out in 2001, right?
It definitely went out last year because Justin Fields had a winning record and he wasn't hurt and lost his job. So
hey man, they changed that long time ago.
That the Steelers don't know how to handle a quarterback.
They
the
don't.
best thing that happened to the Steelers was Ben Roethlisberger because he just knew he was going to be started. Yeah.
No. So once again, Clay is saying that just the fact that they didn't tell him that was just not faithful. That was terrible.
I'm with that.
Yeah,
I'm with that. They did that to get Michael Penix. That's all it was. It was you had to, so Denver would not move up in the draft.
Josh out here.
Josh, you're going in, ain't you? I said drafting a quarterback had nothing to do with it. Terry said he didn't mind Penix sitting 3 or 4 years. Hey man, that's what he said. That's what they're supposed to say. Stop making excuses for that bum.
I agree with Josh to the last part, to the last sentiment. I agree with Josh though. If Kirk Cousins comes in here and can throw tight spirals for 3 years, you telling me we wouldn't have been happy? Hey, Kirk, my favorite quarterback.
Especially coming off of the last 2 quarterbacks we didn't have.
For real. For real. He had nowhere but to go
right.
up.
Absolutely.
So, I mean.
What up, Chuck?
Yeah, we was talking about your team, Chuck.
We ain't say nothing bad. I actually was saying, nigga, if we had Washington defense, we probably still would have made the playoffs.
Oh, Jimmy Lake. Oh my God.
Terrible. Late Lanier. Yeah, why body? Falcons didn't know he would be there. Okay. That's cool and all. But you still drafted him number 8, so you knew something.
Not. Why body? I think they knew. Because it was 4 quarterbacks and 5 teams that needed a quarterback, right? So they knew Penix was going to be in the mix. I don't think that they wanted to have to outbid somebody to try to get him. That's why they threw everybody off the scent. They said, hey, this is what it is. We got our quarterback. So now everybody sits tight, and then they run out and they draft Penix. Now the Denver has to draft Bo Nix, and they have to worry about the Raiders trying to jump him. And the Raiders got set on the outside. That's how they ended up with our guy. So Desmond Ridder.
Ain't my guy. Ain't my guy.
So, they knew. I think they had every intention. They knew a quarterback was going to be there, and they knew they was going to get him, whoever it was.
Who
Mm,
you putting somebody? You bringing somebody in?
I'm gonna
Yeah, it
try,
looked like.
man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'm just trying to see if that. I don't know how that if that'll work or not. I don't know. I don't know how to share that link like the ladies do. I gotta ask them how they do that. But I really want Clay and Josh to jump in. Cause
Look,
they going at it, man. Hey,
we're gonna have to be a referee up in here.
yeah, I'm gonna bring my white hat next. Hey, man, listen. All right, we got to talk. I'm sure we'll bring this one up again, and I got to make sure everybody gets on. I want just a big forum of all of us, Clay, Josh, Chuck, all of us, just jump on and just have some fun together, man. Anyway, Clay saying dishonesty is just it ain't cool, man. And hold on, let me see. Let me try to pick up with it. Omission is still misleading. Then Clay said, Josh said, Clay Melton, it's a part of the business, something Kirk already knows. All Kirk had to do was ball out. He would be the starter this year as well, but he didn't. He didn't. He got injured and it didn't come back to him. Can't blame others for poor play. Josh, I don't disagree. As a part of the game, I see the Falcon side. They're trying to run a business, like I said earlier, but I won't sit here and say that Kirk don't have a valid complaint. Just not going to have to not going to do it. And he does have a valid complaint. But like we said earlier, business is business. And hey man, I just don't like bad business. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, so now we do have two great quarterbacks on the team, on the roster, hoping to never see the second quarterback play again. Oh. So anyway, we could talk about this forever and ever, but like I said, I don't like the way they handle it. Me myself, sorry. All
I'm
right,
not.
so
I don't disagree with that. I'm
yeah,
cool with
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. All right, so let's talk about good old Kyle Pitts, the greatest tight end in Atlanta Falcons history.
Say what?
Right, right.
Mhm.
The highest drafted tight end in history. How about this? NFL.com, they came out with their one player to root for list, and it lists Kyle Pitts for the Falcons. They were picking one player from each team in the NFC, and they chose Kyle Pitts. He should be the one that we root for this season. And I wanted to know how y'all felt about that, and does it make sense? Is he one that you will be rooting for, or the one player that you'll be rooting for the most? Daryl, let me know how you feel about
Of course, he Atlanta Falcon,
that.
right? I
I
mean,
kind of
I
knew
root
that.
for him to. I want that dude to catch 17 touchdowns this year. I want him to catch 2,000 yards, and I want the other and I want wide receivers to catch 2,000 yards too. Here's my concern. He's on a list of people we're supposed to be rooting for. He's on a list with the likes of Anthony Richardson,
Right.
Caleb Williams, George Pickens. That's not exactly a list that you want to have your name. Well, if I'm talking about how much money they make, maybe, but that's not a
Mm.
list that you want to have your name on, right? So, of course, I'm a root for him. I just, I'm disappointed to this point. I am a little disappointed in what he's done. But yeah, yeah, let's get Kyle Pitts in the game. And yo, you the one you making me be a believer. You like, yeah, Penix and all of this. I'm like, all right, Penix can unlock the key, unlock the lock with him.
Hey,
We'll see. He's the key
you, you,
master.
Yeah, he's the master key, baby. But you know the real reason I feel that way, Darryl, because your daddy, the pastor, said, "Give him a shot." you know, I grew up in the old school, man. They listen to everything the pastor say. No, no. Michael Penix endorsed him. Michael Penix endorsed him. Mathis, go ahead. I see it on the tip of your tongue.
I'm good, man. Look, I I didn't want them to trade him. I want him here. We'll figure out the money when this salary cap opens up for us. So I feel like we'll be all right when that in that regards. Or you just put a franchise tag on for a year and see what he does for another season, and then deal with it. But we've seen what he can do with a quarterback that is capable. Now Kirk Cousins is a capable quarterback as well, but first year in the offense and coming off an injury, like it still factors with that. And uh, offensive coordinator first year in the system too with a new team. So going into year two with Michael Penix, I think he's going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, you root for every Falcon, even Daquan Graham. I root for him because he on the team. Now, once he lead his team, I could care less. But he a part of the team. Kyle Pitts is a Falcon, so
Right.
we want him to do great. We want to go to the Super Bowl, so he has to do good for us to get there. He has to be effective.
So I think NFL.com was trying to say that that's the one player on the Atlanta Falcons that you would root for. You would need to root for, or want to root for. But I don't think he's the one player that I'll be really rooting for to have a great year.
Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Rook. I'm rooting for Rook. I need that defense to be. That's that's what I root for. I root for Rook. Honestly, I need that defense to be on point. I need that defensive line to go to the next level. You know, or the other safety, the safety that got hurt from Alabama, DeMarco Helms. I'm rooting for them because we do need to see what's going to happen at that second safety position.
Mm-hmm.
If I had one person, Rook, or if the other person,
hey, look.
Thank you, Clay.
We're not having that Troy Anderson.
I was gonna leave my camera off until that name was brought up. Thank you.
Gotcha.
I was gonna leave my camera off for the rest of the show if that name wasn't brought up.
Y'all some haters. That's what y'all are. Y'all
No, we not.
Root for Troy not to be on the hour.
If he's a big part of the defense, if he say what y'all say he is, then he need to be out there. Rook, that's the thing. You got rid of Grady Jarrett. Rook gonna play. I ain't worried about Rook.
Yeah, right.
It's 44.
44.
What
you think about Helms though, DeMarco? Because we have questions at that second safety spot. We got big questions.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's from what I've heard, it's better to break a bone than it is to sprain something or do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So with him dealing with that, as long as he was able to rehab and he actually took a whole year off,
mm-hmm.
I think he'll be okay. He made plays, and if that ends up not being the spot, then we drafted two players. It's unfortunate, but he may work out for another team. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see them in the preseason. So we'll see how it goes. It's not going to take us having to wait till the first game of the season. So we'll see.
Yeah, like Clay said earlier, the tight end of the Zach Robinson is the fourth and fifth option. So, so
I mean, it's a fourth or fifth option, but Kyle Pitts playing well doesn't mean he's going to catch all the balls. Matt Ryan force fed Julio Jones, but if he didn't, Julio still went out there and played balls to the wall every play, blocked every play. If Kyle Pitts goes out there and puts forth the effort, if he gives maximum effort, that's all we need. Now I can tell you we can take. Yeah, come on, Daryl. If we get him the ball, if we throw him the pass 4 or 5 times a game, we have how many snaps in the game? Maybe 60.
60, 65.
Throwing the ball 4 or 5 times a game. What he does with it, that's on him. But if you go out there and just play your part, this is a team game. You can't do anything without everybody else. You got you a quarterback. This ain't Desmond Ritter or Marcus Mariota now. So your opportunities should still grow, even being the fourth, fifth option. So
that is true. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
like his opportunities should grow.
Hey, if this was last year and we was having this conversation saying Kyle Pitts just got to go out there and give it his all every play, I'd agree with you. This contract year, right? You drafted fourth. And I'm supposed to say, oh, yeah, you just went out there and gave it your all? No. Now, maybe he don't get targeted. Maybe he don't see a bunch of targets. But every time he sees the target, it needs to be something happening with that target. And like what Clay just said, he got to be out there blocking. If you're called on to block, then you got to block. And you got to block effectively. So we're past the point of just give it your all. Run every play out, run out every route. Yeah, nah, we passed that. You got to produce.
I mean, yes, he does need to produce, but if you go back and look at some of the plays last year that were drawn up, because Kirk couldn't move for real, they were coming at him regardless. You're not going to be able to come at Michael Penix at the same speed as you did with Kirk Cousins, because he will go around you or go up through the middle. So now that pressure is going to change. So if you're looking around now you may find Kyle Pitts. So it may be because of that, but he has to be aggressive and he also has to play hard. Like what was the biggest thing that commentators were bringing up every time they talked about Kyle Pitts last year? Oh man, he ain't running the routes. To be honest with you, in that Tampa game, he really fumbled. If they had a camera in that pylon, that ball was out before he crossed the end zone. It was a fumble, and that hustle is just not there. So even if we don't re-sign him, who getting ready to pay him a big deal? To do what? You might end up right back with Desmond Ritter. Or a Desmond Ritter type, because he ain't coming back in the league. I'm sorry.
So tell me then, what yearly stats at the end of the year, what do you need to see from Kyle Pitts that you say, okay, let's give him a contract or let's franchise tag him and see if he'll do it again?
70 receptions. I would say 60 to 70 receptions.
800 yards.
807 touchdowns. You got to have that. Out of that, yeah. 6 or 7. What he had 5 last year, right?
Yeah.
We need
8. Yeah.
Let's adjust this then.
Okay.
Let's say he becomes a red zone target instead, which he should be. Dude, 6'6".
Let's do that.
So let's say he's at 50 receptions. He's at 600 yards, but he's at 12 touchdowns.
I'm good.
Sign me up.
I'm good. Good.
Because if nine of those touchdowns come from the red zone, we haven't had production like that since Tony Gonzalez left.
Yeah. That means you use them the right way.
Okay. So then that's more on Zach Robinson.
Yeah,
Right.
All right.
man. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You have Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan are kind of right there as far as your next option in the passing game.
You got three goal
But
line. Go ahead.
it's when it comes down to it, you can't tell me this dude, like you said, Daryl, he's 6'6". He literally can do everything you want on the field. Now, at this point in time, we just have to pray this foot is okay. But now that I found out it's strained foot or whatever's going on, like I'm keep sitting out, man. Like, don't rush back. Let's just be ready for preseason and the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 600 yards, 50 catches, 12 touchdowns. Bring him back.
Mm-hmm. In the red zone, you have 2 to 3 targets if you're going to pass the ball. That's it. 2 to 3. You got Drake London. You're going to have Bijan Robinson, and it has to be Kyle Pitts. Darnell Mooney is not going to make his money go
In the
away.
red zone, yeah.
No. You got those 3. If he could get 12 touchdowns, if Kyle Pitts could get 12 touchdowns, he did his job.
He's a Pro Bowler with 12 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, Clay asks, is this a no excuse except the year for the team? Playoff necessary or jobs are lost kind of season?
Yes.
You got it, yeah.
Yes. Because at this point in time now, from the GM, this is his team. You may have a few leftovers from the previous regime, but he's been able to draft everybody he's wanted for the last 5-6 years. Your coach, you blew certain stuff, time management, substitutions, whoever needed to be out there. Yes, if we don't make the playoffs, this whole front office is gone.
Mm-hmm. Clay added, hey man, Kyle needs to improve on that blocking as well. If you can improve that blocking, that's going to help everybody. That's going to help Bijan break those big ones. You remember, we always wondered why Bijan couldn't break those big ones. That blocking downfield. Mm-hmm. If Kyle Pitts can help, because he's running some routes, if he can help on that. Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be all good. All good.
I ain't gonna lie. By now, I probably would have put another 15 pounds on Kyle and not worried about him being so effective speed wise, because he looks slow. Slow.
That's all he could do, though. Really. I mean, I don't see him. I've never seen him be a real good inline tight end.
No, but if you put the weight and the muscle on him, 15 pounds, he's about 240 right now. 260. Just put him in the middle of the field, turn him around, box out, quick out, get you a few yards. Like Kelsey playing about 260. Like Kelsey, a big boy. So,
but he has that skill set. He's been doing that. Kyle Pitts ain't never done it.
Well,
he might have done it in high school, a little league in high school, but he didn't do it at Florida. He never ran those routes. We want him to do something he's never done. He's always been sling it. Jimmy Graham. Well, now Jimmy Graham would mount up and play some basketball in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
I know who I want him to turn into. Mark Bavaro.
Mark Bavaro. I don't know who that is. I don't know.
The Giants.
With the Giants.
If he can play like Mark Bavaro, just get a little stronger and go across the middle, like you said, Matt, he'll do something.
Mark Bavaro in the Hall of Fame.
He should be, man. He was
a beast.
He was a grunt before grunt was. He was. If you look at Mark Bavaro, Grunt reminds me of Bavaro. Kelsey reminds me of Bavaro. All those guys. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mathis. We mean to take you back to
old school.
Way old school. Let me see. Clay said Mooney could be a red zone. Could get red zone touches on wide receiver screens. Don't throw no screen, no wide receiver screen in the red zone.
Bubbles on bubble screen.
Run,
And
give
man, I
the
don't want to see
ball
that.
to Tyler or give it to Bijan. Don't do that. Do not do that crap. No.
We're not
Be
at
that
that.
Philadelphia Eagles type team that's gonna bully you into the end zone.
We ain't
God,
got.
we ain't, we ain't
I
got to lie
mean,
about it.
Running
I mean,
wise, we have
to
one of
run,
the
we do.
best
Yeah,
offensive
to run.
lines.
I just don't see them as a bullying offensive line. But Caleb McGarry is a bully.
Yeah, yeah.
Legit, he's a bully.
Run right. Hey, just go right.
Just go right.
Just go right.
Lindstrom. What did uh Dan Quinn say about Lindstrom when he drafted him? He was like, he'll fight you in a phone booth. So Lindstrom,
Hey
Lindstrom,
man,
you know,
run
but
right and pull Bergeron. Woo! Here we go. Here we go. But anyway, hey, that's been some good talk about the Falcons. Which I hope the best for all of our players. Clay said the biggest thing, the most important thing. We really hope everybody can be healthy or somewhat healthy. We know you're going to be hurt, but we don't need those year-ending injuries.
Troy Anderson. Troy Anderson.
man, I keep telling you, okay.
Oh
You're gonna remember
man,
this time.
we got
You're
a
gonna
root for
remember this
Troy not to be on
conversation.
the aisle. That's funny.
Go
That's funny.
and and when I'm talking to y'all about it in December, I don't want y'all to say, "But we said we was rooting for him." Nah, dude, nah.
You know what? I'm cool with that. Well, only because we're talking about the Falcons. I have no choice but to root for him. I don't give a damn about no Troy Anderson. He can go. Shoot.
I like Troy Anderson.
Right.
You might be one of 10 in this city.
Hey, that means I'm special.
Yeah, we don't want to be predictable, but we do want to be bullies. We want to be some bullies. Don't want to be predictable.
And predictable is good if you can score, right? Like the Eagles when it's
You already know what
third
time
and
it is.
1, we know what's happening. It's very predictable.
Right.
So,
But hey, stop it though. Stop it. Yeah. You get paid to stop it. All right, Mathis and Daryl. For Mathis, I see you got the Braves hat on.
Oh,
Anything
I got the game on. I'm watching the game.
Oh, you watching the game? All right. I saw the game. I actually watched the game last night,
I
and once
watched it too.
again was disappointed. But Isaiah Albies hit that home run. I just, hey, all he needed 13 more. Yeah, all he needed 13 more, and I'm gonna see Mathis wear that hat.
So look, we was just up 6-2. We are up
Oh,
6-5 now,
oh
and
Lord.
in an inning. So
Oh Lord.
I don't really know
Anyway,
what to say.
hey man, let's root for the Braves. Let's root for the Braves. We need to get back on. Hey, also Mathis. You frowning? What's going on, Mathis?
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what you can already say.
Number 44. Hey, Kobe Buffkin, baby. Kobe. 29 points today. 29. Yeah, summer league. I get it. Kobe, man. If he can stay healthy, does he shut you up?
If he can produce, he'll shut me up. Yes, I need production and I need health out of Kobe. I need production. I need help out of Troy Anderson. Those are the two biggest. Excuse me. I need it from both of them. All right. Nah, but I actually was watching the game at the barbershop and they were down 10, I believe, at the end of the third quarter. So for them, but to find out that they turn around and won is very good. That's a good start. That's a good start.
What you think about Asa?
Asa his movement looks good. He's gonna be a good player. I think at one point in time he was 2 for 8, 1 for 3 from 3. So he's gonna be able to spread the floor. He had like 7 rebounds, which is he's gonna have to rebound playing playing up with the big club.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna be effective, man. I like him. I watched him all last year at Georgia, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they brought in somebody that we're familiar with instead of
Mm-hmm.
somebody from overseas.
Got it. Right, right, right. And I'll tell you before we end this, hey man, I remember Kristaps Porzingis. I didn't watch him a whole lot. Man, I looked at his highlights for last year. Holy cow!
No,
If
he can
that,
play.
holy cow!
Man,
Hey
he can
man,
play.
if that dude can stay healthy, if we could just rest him when we need to rest him, and
Yeah,
hey man, it's gonna be on this year. It's
yeah, he can play.
boy, it's gonna be on this year.
Man, you talking about a dude that went to
Yeah.
Washington for a season and
Oh
averaged
my,
24 points a game, 19
look,
last
man.
year. He can play.
If he can stay healthy, the
Yeah,
team does. If JJ can stay healthy as well,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this year. He reignited my excitement. I thought he was, like I said, Daryl. I thought he was older. I thought he was like 36 because he had played so long and been so hurt. But when and to know that he's 29, and I saw what I saw out of his highlight film. oh, oh, oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he can be very tough, like you said, when he's on the court.
Yeah, he is like Troy, man. God, dog.
What's with all this Troy Anderson
Hey,
slander?
Because
man.
I don't get
everybody sees it but you. Okay?
all this slander for Troy
Man.
Anderson.
Yeah. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward for all of our players coming, this upcoming preseason. Come in healthy. Let's see Joshua Simons play. Let's see if he'll make the team. Let's see if Kobe Bryant will make the team. Let's see if Nick Nash just touchdown. All he do is score touchdowns. That's all. He's just like Chris Carter. All he does is catch touchdowns. Let's see if he make the team. I'm looking forward to seeing that defensive end core, that edge rush core. Woo. I can't wait to see it. We only got another 3 weeks before we see some football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're about a month and a half away from the actual season.
Yeah. So,
So
hey, on the 24th, man, y'all check us out. Makeway Sports or the 404 Blitz package will, without Daryl, we'll be at the at Flowery Branch on the 24th, hanging out, man. We're gonna try to get as many pictures and all of that, that we can. And hopefully we'll see some of y'all out there, Clay. Anybody who checks the videos out, check us out, man. Look for us. It'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see him.
yeah. Yo, it's okay. I got a surprise coming up for Daryl as a
Oh,
Georgia Tech fan.
oh,
Very, very soon.
yeah.
Since he can't make it out there with us because he works like a slave. Uh,
Hey, I ain't never gonna say like a slave. I ain't never gonna say that. Now they get their money's worth, but I ain't never gonna say they work with like a slave.
working
They just
12 to 11 every day. So,
yeah,
I,
man.
I got a homegrown hero surprise coming for him pretty soon. So,
I'm
you know,
trying. I'm gonna try not to act like a fan. I'm gonna do my best not to act like a fan. I can't make no promises though. I can't
that's
make no
cool.
promises.
That's cool. It's my brother from another mother. So,
Yeah.
no, do as you do. That's fine.
And oh, everybody that's still watching, when he makes this announcement, I want y'all to understand how he sat on this. He been sitting on this since we've known each other. I know since we met,
Yeah.
he knows who I am. He been sitting on it. Okay. All right, Mathis.
Well, I figured we needed some seasoning first before we just started throwing people out there that, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is.
That's all right. I'm about to send an email to Troy Anderson right now. Get him on the show. See if I can pull
No.
Troy up
But
in
you
here.
know what? Yeah, go ahead and bring.
That's what's up,
I
Clay.
ain't going
That's
to
what's
hold
up.
back on Troy. Because I'm going to tell Troy, he better come work out with me if he wants to stay on this field.
So yeah, we will have a special guest coming up in the next the next 2 weeks. Should have a special guest, and I'm sure all of y'all gonna enjoy it. especially Daryl.
Especially Daryl.
We're gonna let Daryl ask all the questions. I'm only I got one question that I'm gonna ask. I got one question. And
I want to know what the question is.
it's a four is in the question.
Here this dude go. Look, you can't be asking, like, instead of asking the obvious, like, hey, what's it like throwing to Calvin Johnson? What was that like? Like, instead of that, you gonna bring up.
What were you thinking of?
You know what?
No,
You know what? Never mind. Hey, why don't y'all just let me do the whole interview? I did the whole interview.
Oh, cool. That's cool with me. I'll introduce him. And then you can go from there. That's fine with me.
I'm be sitting in the weeds.
Now, Daryl, if I do this, the next person that comes on is going to be from Georgia. You ain't got no choice but to stay on here and take it.
My son,
Troy gonna get answer the email. Yeah, don't he gonna break his finger. That's the email.
I got a son. He's applying to Georgia this year. He's trying to go, and then my other one is running track at a JUCO, and so he's like, yeah, I wanna, if I can get my times down, I'm gonna go to Georgia too. So I might have two boys at UGA. Ooh. Do you know how sick I am in the stomach right now just thinking about that?
They just don't. They just don't care how you feel.
All we can say is
exactly
go
what
dogs.
it is. That's exactly what
they didn't want to come run in the city. They want to go run in Athens. So
let me hear you say it, Daryl. Say go dogs.
You out your mind. That's what you out of right now.
All right, man. Hey, this has been fun. Hey, I appreciate everybody that came on. Clay, of course. Wide Body, of course. Chuck, of course. Josh, of course. Let me see, who else do we have? Did I see? No, hey, the crew. Hey, the crew, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. Golly, can't even close it right. Hey, we can't do nothing without y'all, man. Y'all help us out a lot. Send that email, man. Let me know. Send an email, makewaysports@gmail.com. Let us know. Give us your email if you want to jump on. I'll shoot you a link. Because I really want all of us to get on and talk that smack together. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Whole lot of fun. All right. Hey, fellas. Hey, man, we're going to go ahead and get out here. Let me see. Give y'all back a little time. Give y'all 8 minutes of your time. A whole 8 minutes. I'm going to get back in here with these crying grandbabies and have some fun, man.
Hey. Look, you missing out on a whole lot if all you think about is that is noise. You missing out on way too much if that's just noise.
No,
man, that's the best sound in the world, man.
Absolutely.
The best sound.
Absolutely. All right, hey man, we will see y'all later. Y'all be good, be safe, be blessed. Daryl,
stay dirty.